Welcome back to Black Mountain Stocks, where we talk about the stock market and YouTube financial influencers. And today we're going to talk about Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin, he started about 8 or 9 years ago on the platform, and you may know him from Graham Stephan, Jeremy Financial Education, Andre Geek, and Millennial Money. Me personally, I've been watching Meet Kevin since about 2020. I think him and Graham Stephan are really the first people I kind of found on YouTube, and then I started watching Jeremy and Andre as well. So today we're going to be talking about some of his different investments and also a huge purchase. I don't know if this is going to be a huge problem for him or not, but let's take a look and kind of see what he's talking about, and then we'll talk about it from there. So let's take a look.
Gets heavily impeded if I'm sitting in traffic, if I'm sitting at airports, if I'm delayed on an airplane waiting for this thing to leave. It doesn't make sense. I can't operate both my real estate startup, HouseHack, which I think, knock on wood, and I can't make any guarantees, okay? You have to go to househack.com, read the solicitation there. But I think I personally, with the commitment I make to HouseHack over the next 6 years, I think I can 10x the value of HouseHack. Again, no guarantees. I personally believe that. So my view is, hey, even if I make zero money next year because I take all of my money from my media business and throw it back into things that enable me to do the best possible job for my media business and for HouseHack, I think I can make that 10x a reality. I want to ring the stock bell at the stock exchange again, but with HouseHack on an IPO for potentially $1 billion+ company. Like, that makes me so excited, that potential. And so I'm really, really excited about like expanding HouseHack and becoming the best real estate company to exist in America. I really think I can pull it off. I don't think any other company does wedge deals the way I do because it's hard. And it's really because the owners are not the ones looking at the deals. You have executives at Invitation Homes that are like, hey, go spend the money to, people may be making $50,000 a year. And they're just sort of like, all right, looks good. Let's just buy it and rent it out. And it looks good on a spreadsheet. But nobody's actually doing wedge deal analysis on these. Nobody's actually looking at how can we minimize evictions. Knock on wood, I've never had an eviction. So I personally believe that investing everything I can into these three businesses is critical. But in order to do this, I need to have the second half of my day where I can travel and get back same day. That way I could spend time with family, or I could take family with me, or I can make sure I'm back in time for the evening to spend some time with family. And then the next morning I could focus on my media business as well, or again, I should say. And therefore I've decided to purchase a small and the most eco-efficient plane that I could find. It is a jet. It is probably the most economical jet that you could buy when it comes to fuel efficiency, which I'm very excited.
So you've heard it here first, guys. Meet Kevin has decided to buy a $13 million private jet. So I'll give it to him. He's been talking about buying this jet for a while. He decided last year when things were really, really expensive not to do it. Now he's got these businesses. It seems like a better idea. But a $13 million jet, I'm just hoping it's not one of those purchases where it's really like worth like $7 or $8 million, and he's trying to inflate the values, kind of like Donald Trump did for tax purposes. Let's hope he's not doing that, guys. But so let's take a look at some of his big investments. I call Meet Kevin Baby Elon because it seems to me that he tries to kind of emulate what Elon does, and he's really going after some of these big investments. So first up is PP, the ETF that he created, which is the pricing power ETF. It holds some top investments like Tesla, Apple, Taiwan Semiconductor. It's down about 7% right now. That's kind of expected because just the way things are going. We'll take a listen to a little bit more what he has to say, and then we'll talk about some of his other investments as well.
About. It is a twin-engine jet. The safety of a twin-engine jet piloted by two pilots in a business aviation / charter style of flight is extremely high. It's safer than driving. Now, you want to separate business or commercial aviation, obviously, from people just YOLOing it on little propeller planes on the weekends. Those are scarier, much, much, much higher accident rate. So we think we're getting into something that's very, very safe. It's a newer model of plane. It's a 2021, the one that we're looking at, which we're very excited about. It does mean that potentially we're buying a little bit over market value because I do think we're going into a recession. But I do have tax reasons for making that happen this year. Again, if I can offset $5-6 million of taxes this year, and I'm financing the plane with about three.
Okay, so offsetting taxes. I understand that. Let's just hope he's being on the up and up on this. It sounds like he is. All right, so we talked about the pricing power ETF. His biggest thing that he's launching now is going to be House Hack, which is his real estate investment where he asks people and investors to invest with him. And then he puts these money into rental houses and recoups revenue from leasing and probably also real estate sales at some point. Now, what I kind of find kind of fishy, I would say, is they told people that they were going to be investing into these houses up front. But now Meet Kevin is saying he's taking this money and he's parking it in treasuries and he's profiting about $50,000 per month. So I don't know how long these treasuries will hold up like this, but we'll see what happens. Some of his other investments he's had in the past, as far as stocks go, we've seen him invest in Tesla. Tesla's down about 50% on the year. Also, Matterport, which is a real estate technology company. They're the ones that you see if you're going to lease or buy a house. They have the technology that takes the pictures throughout the house so you can kind of view what it looks like. And also Affirm, which is a payment processing, kind of like a loan where you pay it back. So those are down 88% for the year, and Affirm's down 89%. So we'll take a look and see how his investments play out. What I see from Meet Kevin, I've listened to Meet Kevin for a while. He's very good. If you want to take a look and see when stocks are going to go up and down, like let's say you're in margin or something like that and you need to get out of that, he's good at telling you without buying his courses. He's good at telling you kind of when to time that and get out. I have personally listened to him over the past couple of years and he saved me a couple of times on that. But he tends to flip-flop a lot. He tends to get into politics. One minute he's on this side of the fence, one minute he's on the other side of the fence. If he's just playing the middle, that's fine. But he even self-admits he flip-flops quite a bit. So he also overpromises, and I can't say he underdelivers because I'm not on that side of the fence. But what I see is he overpromises and maybe underdelivers. I'd like to see him kind of flip that around. He's claiming House Hack can 10x. Hey, if he's positive like that and he thinks he can do it, hey, more power to him. Let's take a little listen and see what else he has to say.
$1 million down. The plane actually pays for itself for about 1 to 2 years, which is really, really cool. And it will enable me to maximize my time growing my media business and maximize my time growing House Hack. See, the cool thing is the following. Let's say I want to train a crew of, let's just say, 8 people. So I want to train 8 people how to be really good at analyzing wedge deals and learning areas with me and maximizing their understanding of buying wedge deal real estate. Well, if I took everybody on commercial flights, we're probably looking at least at $400 round trip tickets for 8 people, plus hotel costs. We're probably looking plus hotel costs. We're probably looking at $200 a night per person, right? So we're probably somewhere around $4,800 for 8 people, plus Ubers and food costs and miscellaneous expenses, plus the opportunity cost of me not being able to film the next morning. All of a sudden, it becomes really, really, really expensive to try to fly around commercially with a bunch of people that I'm trying to train in real estate. Whereas On the flip side, if my core business, my media business says, you know what, we will own the plane. The media business is going to own the plane. It's going to pay for the core expenses for the plane. What are the variable expenses for the plane? Possibly as low as, depending on where fuel costs go next year, possibly as low as, again, depends on fuel, as low as $1,000 a flight hour. Well, now all of a sudden, if I make a 2-hour round trip from here to Salt Lake, or I should say 2-hour one way, and then 2 hours back, that costs me about $4,000 in variable expenses, and I get to.
All right, so you heard him, folks. Basically, his reasoning for this is saving tons of money. There's no doubt CEOs, that's their number one thing when they go buy these expensive jets, is saving time. Time is money, and Meet Kevin is no different in these investments. We look forward to seeing what he has coming up in the future, if he can make this house hack work, and the pricing power of the PP ETF. We'll take a look. Like I said, I call him Baby Elon. He's full of ideas. He changes them constantly, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Guys, if you like content like this, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.